Uh.
First of all is the preparation of all the needed materials: paintbrush, base color, water, and DIY color palette, the frame board, and the band paper. So first procedure is make or draw a canvas layout of the subject that wanted to paint. So of course, I choose the human subject based on my program enrolled, which is the pre-teaching education. Then, application of subject sketches, lines, curves, and so on. After the process of sketching, it is a time for the primary, secondary, and tertiary color combination for the perfect outcome color result. But before that, we are going to choose dark colors of the primary color for the heavy application. So as what my procedures done, first is I started to put colors on the hair portion of my subject. Then next is the upper part of their color clothing. Then the portion of the body tones and the application of their faces. So I call acrylic endless workable. Once the base color of your painting are in a place on or you are creating a color map. For your piece, you can add endless details on the top of the bases. To conquer the awkwardness of this painting, I used a variety of application. So painting with acrylic is so awesome because absolutely nothing is permanent, but we can cover up anything in a minute if we are going to have a subject preparation and subject recommendation for changes. Dry brushing. So this is where you scrub layers of colors on using small amount of paint. So this is when it actually feels like you are drawing with paint as a stroke is similar. Use same hand actions and would be applying colored pencil. Washing. So this is when you apply a thin layer of diluted paint over the color already applied. The thin veil of color allows the color underneath to still shine through. Dabbing. This stroke is used when you are dabbing texture. You can apply dabbing if you want to create brushes or texture scenes on the ground. With this stiff brushless brush, the color used somewhat thick without added water, so applied with a bouncing motion of the brush or with quick dabs. Dabbing can be done by multiple layers to build depth. The sponging. This is similar to the dabbing technique, but rather than using a brush, you tear pieces from a kitchen cellulose sponge and then dab the paint with a piece of sponge. The texture of the sponge gives a nice and irregular pattern that closely resembles foliage. Detailing. This is when you use a smaller or pointed brush to add clean lines and details. This is where you are use a lot of control to create definite shapes and precise edges. The other application mentioned that create illusions. So using this detailing is to create definition. So the title of this artwork piece is, or let's call, magnifying learning. So I choose this artwork as my primary subject, painting, because it was closely related to my course, and I do believe that teaching to the students inside the classroom is my passion of exploring my ability to model each one learning capability. So each pieces of the subject you can see in my artwork or in the artwork is part of teaching and learning. So as one said, that a good teacher doing his best for his students can give and gain motivation of learning accessibility. So as you can see in the full covers of this video, my artwork is a piece of painting that use of applying colors, sketches, and etc. After with all the techniques and detailed process of color application, I comes up with a presentable and nice output. But I'm not saying it was perfect, because still I have a lot of things that need to be learned about painting procedures and proper application, the shading combination of colors. As my finished product, let me give you this little insight about painting, that painting is the expression of the ideas and emotion, with the creation of certain aesthetic qualities in a two-dimensional visual language. The elements of this language is the shapes, lines, colors, tones, and textures are used in a various ways to produce sensations of volume, space, movement, and the light of the flat surface. These elements are combined into expressive patterns in order to represent real or supernatural phenomena, to interpret a narrative theme, or to create wholly abstract visual relationship. Thank you so much for watching my video and my short film for this painting application.